Hi Leo, I hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for June 20th through the end of the month. I did a very extended relationship read for everyone. You could check out those videos if you would like. I did for one video I covered those of you who are single, partnered, and in separation, so you could check that out below. Check that out in my other video. So I'm just really going to be sticking with the general messages for again the 20th through the end of the month. Let's get right into stuff. So we're entering Cancer season on the 20th, 21st, depending on where it is that you live. And you guys are going to be experiencing this in your 12th house. The sun is entering Cancer in your 12th house. So that means that you're going to be experiencing the full moon in Capricorn in your 6th house. So the 6th house, 12th house, that is the house of your day-to-day experience and your subconscious. It's your mental, physical, and emotional health. It has to do with your dreams and what do you really want right deep down for yourself in your life, right? So with that, the Cancer energy in that 12th house, you may be in this space where you're really very focused on feeling in a very subconscious way safe and secure. Very safe and secure. And don't be surprised if you feel a little moody. It's okay, Leo. That is what Cancer season does to us. And having it in the 12th house could definitely be a thing. So if you're feeling like, all right, I think I want this. Oh, well, wait, no. Maybe I want that. Maybe I want that, right? So we have that energy happening on the 20th, 21st, but we have the full moon happening on the 24th or 25th, depending, again, on where it is that you live. And having that on this in the 6th house. So there's going to be this kind of this tension between your roots and the direction that you're going in your life. And what does all of that mean to you, right? Because that Cancer energy is about love, right? Attachments and love. While a Capricorn is more about achievements and rewards and even punishment, right? Those are all things that are ruled by Capricorn. And this polarity, and dealing with that, this polarity is really going to incite this need to have this balance between what it is that you want and what it is that you have in your reality. It's going to be balancing real love, unconditional love, and conditional love, and looking at all of these things. And where is there some room for, improvement, growth, something to look at, okay? Cancer energy is very content to be dependent, but Capricorn urges us to be more grown up and responsible. So it could, these, and we're all going through it, but the fact that you have this happening between your 12th house of the subconscious and your 6th house of the day-to-day, there might be this challenge in, all right, if I really want this, then it means I have to do that, right? If I really want to quit this job, then it means that I'm going to have to really get a new one and realize that I have to make X amount of dollars. Or if I really want to leave this marriage or leave this relationship, I have to understand that being on my own is going to mean X, Y, and Z. I'm just giving those as mundane examples, okay? So that's kind of the energy that you're going to be going through, all right? Now, at the same time, we have these retrogrades. So we have Jupiter and Neptune are going to be going retrograde this week. And it's going to be happening in your 8th house, Leo. So the 8th house is all about how you show up as a we in relationship. So it's how you blend money, communication, responsibilities, intimacy, all of that. 8th house also has to do with inheritance, insurance payouts, anything that's cyclical, having to do with other people's money coming to you. 8th house also rules debt. It rules the stock market. It rules investments, selling a home, buying a home, anything like that. So there's going to be retrograde action going on in there. So when we have Jupiter retrograde in Pisces, and there's this slowing down, it's going to be retrograde in Pisces until July, and then it's going to move, it's still going to be retrograde, but then it's going to move into Aquarius through to October. But when it's retrograde in Pisces, whatever is being held back from us, you have to know that it's meant to protect us. Otherwise, we would have ended up being a victim of something that was not that would not ultimately be good for us. We would end up in a situation where we would be needing to martyr what it is that we feel comfortable with. So any delay is kind of like a protection. Just understand that. Now, Neptune, that rules Pisces, is also going to be retrograde in Pisces in that same space, that same 8th house. So that's happening on the 25th. That jam is going to be going on all the way through December. December. So so this could just kind of lay a confusing veil over everything, okay? So, but all is not lost. We do have a beautiful Saturnian aspect here, forming a really nice sextile to Chiron. And this is happening between your 7th house of partnerships and your 9th house of belief system. 7th house of contracts, 9th house of negotiation, depending on what you're here for, okay? As the 7th house could be anything having to do with a contractual relationship, like a marriage, contractual relationship such as a business partner, or just anything that involves contracts. And 9th house has to do with your belief system. It has to do with higher education, foreign travel, all of that, but it also has to do with negotiating, right? And it has to do with the courts as well. These are very court related energies, 7th house, 9th house, right? It's Libra and Sagittarius energy. So lots of healing is going to be going on here, right? And this is going to be the second of the 3 hits for this longer term influence. First one happened in February. The final one is happening in November. So this is going to help to soften some of the rough edges of this energy that we've been feeling with this Saturn-Uranus square that I've been talking about. So it's time for feeling confident, showing up, feeling secure, moving forward in something that we're going to feel good about. There's going to be like no drama. Everyone's going to be treating each other respectfully, which is really, really good, which is like a little blessing. It's like a little flower in the mess of things when we're still dealing with a lot of confusing energies here. So the first card up we have for you is Bust Out of Your Cocoon. And that's being clarified by the beautiful 8 of Wands. Great energy, right? This is a Mercury and Sagittarius energy, so this is good news coming in. Lots of busy communication. This is great if you've been feeling held back or stuck, waiting for a decision about something. This is good news for growth coming in. For those of you here with relationship on your heart, this is excellent news, especially if you guys have been in a space of separation, right? Especially. So I do like that. And clarifying the 8 of Wands, we have all that glitters. Remember, all that glitters isn't gold, as they say. So really looking at underneath something, looking underneath and deeper into the value of that relationship, the value of that career move, the value of that opportunity, that investment, that payout, that settlement. You know, if it's like not getting swept up in the initial presentation of something and looking at things a little more closely. And we have Jupiter, which is all about expansion, clarifying this. And I like this because we also have Jupiter here. So as far as the dice go, we have Jupiter, we have Aquarius, and we have the 3rd house. Now, speaking of the 3rd house, this is a Gemini. Gemini is the 3rd house, which is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is finally coming out of retrograde. Mercury has been retrograde in your 11th house. It's coming out of retrograde. It began on the 29th, finally on the 22nd. It's coming out of retrograde. It's not going to come out of that post-shadow until July 7th, but at least you're going to start to feel like there's some clarity as far as moving forward, as far as your goals. You're at least going to be able to articulate more clearly where it is you want to go, what it is that you want to do. You're going to be able to communicate with your friends more clearly. You're going to be able to communicate with any situation that you're trying to push forward into the future. You're going to be able to just like, oh, finally, you know. So between that and between that Saturn sextile Chiron, I feel like there's a lot of positive in this energy for you, Leo, even though you still might have this blanket of confusion over things. There's going to be a lot of like, when we have Jupiter and Aquarius, it's like, yeah, expansion into the future. It's all about, you know, thinking, talking, discussing things into the future. So really nice optimistic energy here, which is what I like. We have love yourself being clarified by the 8 of coins. We have another 8. We have 2 8s here right next to each other, and 8 is the number of mastery. So who doesn't love that? So clarifying loving yourself, we have the 8 of coins. 8 of coins is about focusing on responsibilities in a diligent and hardworking way. You're going to be really happy if you do that. So not a good energy to procrastinate. If you have something that's been bugging you, you're showing yourself love by addressing something full on, being really hardworking in something, right? Approaching something in a very logical and diligent way, not from an ego space, not from your ego body, but really thinking about the long term and what's on the other side of something. It's also being very dedicated to mastering your craft, mastering something that you've been working on. Clarifying that, we have round and round. So really looking at the cycles in your life, we have round and round. This could be addressing things from the past. This could be returning to something or someone from the past. Maybe you're not finished with something. Maybe part of you loving yourself right now and you being able to master that energy of loving yourself is going back to the past and recognizing how something may have impacted you up to this point. But we have clarifying the round and round. It's time to take stock and it's time to be the leader in your own life with a fresh path, a new perspective. Aries is ruled by Mars. This is a warrior energy. This Aries rules the first house of self. This is about radical change and acceptance. This is about doing something in a way where it's a self-starting energy, it's being assertive, not aggressive, and it's being very, it's very fire. It's very fire. Now, I want to just mention that the shadow manifestation of this can be dealing with argumentative energies, competitive energies, energies that are impulsive. You want, bossy kind of thing. You want to make sure that that's not you. Even if it's something that you're going to feel very tempted to sort of like stand your ground and not want to, deal with anybody's nonsense. Just make sure that you're looking at the big picture, okay? What I want to say is pick your battles. If you're in a space where you're feeling like a little argumentative, because the Aries energy could be, I want what I want when I want it when I want it. It can be that underneath, but I'm doing this because I need to push my life forward, because guess what? If I don't do it, no one else is going to do it. And it's that kind of thing. And it's recognizing that maybe the strategy that you've been employing up to this point might need to be tweaked. You might need to do something in a different way, because this is a fresh path, new perspective. So this is about doing something different, exactly, okay? Yes, doing something different. And we have the beauty, and that clarifying that is the Four of Wands energy. So this is about freedom, creativity, a strong foundation. What I like about this energy, first, besides the fact that it's a very celebratory vibe, for those of you looking for a partner, this is a new partner coming in and being very open and expressive. Those of you already in relationship, this is taking it to that next level where there's a deepening of connection. We do call this the honeymoon card. Some of you are going to be in the space of maybe moving in together, doing something together, buying a home together, doing something together with someone, maybe taking on a business partner. There's a together vibe here though. So I don't know if it's getting married, moving in, opening a business, deciding to have a child, something like that. But whatever it is, it's going to end up bringing you a firm foundation. Now we have the Imagine card. I don't read these in reverse. Imagine is about letting that Pisces energy sort of roll, right? It's letting this roll. And we have the Sun in Cancer in your house of Pisces. So this is about letting yourself dream and go there and allowing the transformation in your life that's going to actually bring that dream, that thing that you see in your mind's eye, into your 3D, into your reality. Pluto rules Scorpio, right? And it's about transformation, allowing an ending so that there could be something transformed. Now this could be a lot of like, the endings don't have to be so dramatic, right? It could just be like a shift in the department that you're working in work, or a shift, or it could be as big as you leaving your job altogether and starting your own new business. This could be as big as you deciding to leave your marriage, or it could be you and your partner deciding to work more assertively on your relationship. This could be finding out that you're pregnant, or that the sale of the house went through and now you're moving. Those are big things. Those are big transformations. But the small things could also be very, very profound here as well when we're talking about transformation, because whatever the transformation is that's coming in, it's going to incite renewal. And it's going to recite the rebirth of something. But remember, before that happens, there's got to be the death of something. That might be accompanied with some obsessive, some intense, some sort of reckoning energies, right? Recognizing that something has seen its stay in your life the way it was, and now it's time for you to take it either to the next level or to abandon it altogether, because there's a very future focused energy here. We have Jupiter, we have Aquarius, we have Mercury coming out of retrograde. Your communication is going to be more on point, and you're going to be able to begin to better crystallize where it is that you want to go in your life. You might not have it all figured out, but you know that you don't want to stay where you are. And I think that if you can be open with yourself and recognize that that's what you're feeling, you're exactly where you're supposed to be right now. So let's pull a Celtic cross spread, see what we have coming up for our Leo friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. We have the Star, very nice, being challenged by the Nine of Cups. Okay. You really just want to be happy, but you might be feeling that right now where you're at is not going to bring you the happiness that you want. What you're doing for work right now, that relationship you're in, that family connection, how things are rolling out right now, it's not going to bring that thing that you see in your mind's eye to the table. You're so ready for a new approach. My goodness, right? We have this Fool energy. The Fool is Uranus. This is about, Uranus is an interesting energy, because Uranus can be very brutal. Uranus could be like, look, you don't belong here anymore. Let's go. It's time to step into the future, onto a new path. Let's go. Now, for some of you, this could be, if this has to do with relationship, if you're single, you're meeting you're meeting somebody new to have a relationship with. Those of you who are in a relationship, you may be in the space where you're connecting in a different way. If you want to stay together, you're recognizing that you have to do things differently. Some of you are just going to be opting to leave the relationship altogether. Some of you may be in this space, if it has to do with career, where you're just stepping on a new path, some sort of new opportunity or new approach in your current position is coming up. Something like that. But, when you're dealing with the Fool energy, guys, you want to really make sure that you're prioritizing the right stuff. You don't want to get lost in the idea, the romance, the energy of something new, because you don't want it to fall apart on you, right? That's the whole thing with the Fool energy too, is be very careful that you are still staying balanced, okay? But you feel this hunger for something different, something new. Now, right now we have the Star energy, and it's being challenged by the Nine of Cups, which is your wish fulfillment. So here, this is all about hope and guidance and inspiration and a change for the better after a difficult time. But you're being challenged by, it's almost like, gosh, Leo, I feel like it's like right now you're actively trying to heal something that you don't actually really even want. Does that make sense? It's almost like you're trying to heal a relationship that at the end of the day, you kind of know it's not what you really want, or your relationship might be great. You might be trying to make a career move work, or a line of work, or something having to do with career or money opportunity work. But you know at the end of the day, it's really not what you want. You know it's not going to bring you to the space that you want. You might be negotiating something that you just feel like ultimately, however it turns out, it might not be what you want. Interesting, because then we have the Seven of Wands, Mars and Leo. Obstacles, but you have the resilience to overcome whatever it is that you're dealing with. You have the ability to be successful in something, but you can't not address your morality. You can't not address your personal philosophy and what it is that you really want for yourself. So you can be feeling very, I always call this like a line in the sand kind of energy. It's like, all right, this is what I want you to desire. Don't even think about crossing this line, because beyond this point, it's not negotiable. Up to this line, there's I could be negotiable. Beyond this, non-negotiable kind of thing, right? And that could be that Seven of Wands energy. Dealing with some sort of challenge, but it's like feeling very defensive of yourself at the same time. And you might be feeling this need to defend yourself in your marriage, defending your marriage or defending yourself within your marriage as far as what it is that you want, need, and desire within it. Because the Hierophant is a marriage energy, or it's committed partnership. This has to do with commitment and emotional development and conformity and expectations. within something. Okay, this could also have to do with progression forward in your work or decision as far as the direction that you really want to go, right? But you can be dealing also, guys, with some sort of motivated other person. So this motivated person could be a therapist, could be a lawyer, could be somebody like that, if you're not resonating with it as far as it being a relationship. So, for example, like if you're dealing with some sort of lawsuit, you might be feeling the need to defend yourself, in other words, hiring a lawyer and saying, I can't believe this is happening. Can you believe this is happening? I have to, defend myself. I have to make sure that this goes in my favor, that everything is wrong with this situation or something like that. So we have the Six of Pentacles here as the position that represents you. And so this is about property and family inheritance. You might be dealing with some sort of property family inheritance issue. This could also be, if you've been struggling lately, having to do with finances or having to do with maybe feeling kind of alone, right? It could be either of those. Something improving here. So this could be money coming to you or somebody reaching out to you, particularly somebody from your past offering you support right now, or you offering it to somebody else. This may be the energy that you're experiencing right now. Now, what's surrounding you is the Page of Swords in reverse. So I feel like a lot of you are dealing with somebody who's being deliberately, there might be some sort of bad news coming in for you regarding some sort of legal issue. This could be a tax issue. Something not going the way that you maybe think it should, hoped it should, something like that. And that happening, so it may have to do with something having to do with some sort of lawsuit, property issue, something like that. Again, something to do with finances. But the challenge for you right now is the ending of something. It's the Tower. It's this necessary surrender of something. It's the secret coming to light. That can be shocking even if you saw the red flag. Even if you knew that the chances were very high of this ending, this crumbling of something, of this situation within the relationship, this business, this whatever it was, right? So for some of you, and this could be a block for you right now. This could be a block for you right now. And this could indicate you holding on to something, whether it's a relationship, a career, a project, whatever it is, that's just not strong enough to stand the test of time. So you might be clinging to the past to protect yourself from the reality of a situation. And your fears can easily materialize here. So something falling apart is inevitable, so don't feel responsible for it. It was like something wasn't meant to work out right now in the way that maybe you thought. Now we have the Wheel. This is such a specific reading, I feel like right now. I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but so we have the Wheel. So, numerology, this is the Magician and the Sun. This is a very powerful energy. It's a very powerful major arcana. This is about fate and change and a turning point and taking a chance. And for a lot of you, this is turning to something or someone from the past that maybe magically reappear. There's a lot of destiny at work here, right? So if this has to do with relationship, an ex might come back from the past who you were involved with, or maybe just an old friend coming back from the past. Only revisit that friendship or that relationship if you think it's worth it for you, obviously. But this could also be, if it has to do with career or money, this is good news coming in. But you want to make sure that you prioritize what's being asked of you and exercise integrity while doing it. This is very, very important energy here, guys, because this is a Jupiter energy, and Jupiter is always in a very, very close stance with karma, So it does seem like some sort of karmic retribution is coming back around. But it's going to end up inciting some sort of like emotional stalemate energy, right? This is the Two of Swords. It's Moon in Libra. Time to think about something, right? Whatever the situation is, because you're at an emotional stalemate. You're not really quite sure what's fair, what's not fair. You're just not sure. And you need to make a decision. You want to protect yourself, but you have to make a decision. Situation's not going away. So This is the kind of thing where something might be icky and uncomfortable to deal with, but you have to stand your ground, say what you think. Better to resolve it now, because this really does, whatever this is completely having to do with your future right now. And I just feel like this is really important for you to address, because I feel like there's some sort of situation going on, Leo, keeping it real, in that 8th house energy. So I don't know if you're dealing with some sort of lawsuit, insurance payout having to do with that, any sort of settling up a lawsuit having to do with like a business partnership, a family situation, a divorce settlement, anything like that. You got the wheel. So if it has to do with money or anything like that, it's not like as dire as you maybe are going to think for a hot minute it's going to be, but you have to make a decision about something. Okay, good. Good. We got the 6 of Wands. Good. This is good, because this is a 6 of Wands is a very nice energy. This is Jupiter and Leo energy. This is about successful conversation, you being successful in something that you're going after. Excellent energy, particularly if you've been, struggling, which I feel like you're going to be struggling here with whatever the energy of something negative is surrounding you guys, and the Tower is in your internal psychology. So this bad news may be something that you're just really worried about that's actually not even manifesting yet. You know what I mean? It's like anticipating the worst. We have the 7 of Cups, the Devil, the 6 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, 3 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles. You guys are dealing with a challenging energy here. And then we have the 5 of Swords. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. Another 5. Oh, there's a lot of conflict. And I have to tell you, because we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like there's some sort of family conflict here. I don't know, I'm feeling that really strong. These are general messages, but I have to tell you what I'm getting. So we have the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups is about choices and confusion and extremes, dealing with extremes. Something is definitely transforming. This is Venus and Scorpio energy. So Scorpio ruled by Pluto. It's about something ending, something else beginning, right? Somebody having a hard time committing to something being one way or the other. You're in the space, you're like, I don't even know what's real and what's fake anymore at this point. Like, I don't even know. Do I trust what's being presented to me? Everything's just going to feel really up in the air for you, but you feel like it's the beginning of something, right? It's this weird kind of like, I don't know, but I know it's something new. Something new's coming in. You're dealing with a devil energy, I feel like. Somebody who's got an issue with either addiction, regulating their personality, anxiety, depression, narcissistic tendencies, somebody who's just a little shady, maybe a lot of shady, right? But it does seem like this devil energy is something that you're going to have to be dealing with. And you know what you're going to say? Bye, moving on. You're not going to want to deal with this. No way, no how. 6 of Swords, you are detaching, or at least taking a break from some sort of situation, whether it's that relationship, that job, that family member, whatever it is, and you're allowing yourself some space to do some thinking, to do some internal work. Some of you might even be taking a few days away from the situation, just being like, I got to go get my head straight and figure out, because I'm almost getting like your head's going to be spinning kind of energy here. Yeah, because you're dealing with this. So this is some sort of family conflict. A lot of you are going to be like in this conflict. At the same time, you're going to be feeling kind of lonely. It's a weird kind of energy, right? But at the same time, we do have this 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles is a Mars and Capricorn energy. This is about collaborating with people in your life. This is about you being successful at something that you're putting your focus on. Something being successful that you're focused on. That's something, whatever you're trying to launch. That home improvement, selling that home, buying that home, something to do with that happening, right? But then we have the 5 of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles, 5 is the number of conflict. We get two 5s here. 5 is the number of humanity, right? It's the number of conflict. So there's a testing of resources here, maybe feeling, right? It's a very psychological card, feeling that sense of lack. There might be financial issues or fear of financial issues. So you're going to need to consider a new option that's going to help you to see your way forward. Now, again, though, this could just be a fear of losing something, a fear of losing money, a fear of losing the security of your home, a fear of breaking up with somebody, fearing the pain in the aftermath of a breakup. Do you know what I mean? But it's going to be very internal. You have more support than you realize. It's not as ominous as you might be thinking it's going to be. We have this 5 of Swords, and the thing is just like, I just wish things weren't like this, right? Because the way you really want things and the way they really are, it's just creating such a discord and tension and this ongoing conflict that you're not going to win because you're not the center of this issue. You're not. So you're better off like walking away with the grace and dealing with whatever anger and disappointment for a hot minute and just letting things settle, because you can't mitigate somebody else's stuff. It does seem like you're dealing with a bit of a messy energy who just likes to argue, because this is about competition, battle of the wills, lack of agreement, strong opinions, fighting to be heard, just a messy energy that you're going to be dealing with. And then we have the 2 of Wands. This is nice. This is Mars and Aries. We like this. All right, this is making plans and moving forward. This is a partnership energy. This is you gaining influence in work regarding your particular approach to something. But there are 2 aspects to some sort of situation that you're dealing with here. And you have to figure out what is the best strategy for you to get the outcome that you're looking for. Okay? So overall, it's a great opportunity energy. Great opportunities are on the way, allowing your star to rise, allowing your personal life to be improved, allowing improvement in your public life, all of that, even relationship. This could indicate a new romantic partnership, maybe through work or friends. So if the messy energy that you're dealing with has to do with a relationship, it does look like you're meeting somebody new. If it has to do with like a work or a family situation, it looks like kind of getting past it eventually and just saying, I'm going on a new path, this new direction. Time to like just put this nonsense behind me now and just move on. So that is what I have for you for this time period. It's like a week and a half from the 20th to the end of the month. I hope this was helpful in some way. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great week. Bye-bye.